play your cards right. With the sun.
Lovely, lovely audience. You're so much better than last week. They were the dregs. The dregs. Oh, and Ada and Nell. Oh. Full of gin. Oh, up to here with gin they were. Oh, terrible, I'll tell you something. And, you know, after the show, and Nell was so away like this. She called me over. She said, come here, Bruce, come here, Bruce. She said, I'd like a photo. I said, oh, yes. I said, would you like a postcard or would you like a 10 by 8? She said, I like it 22 inches by 12. I said, oh, why? Is this the size of the frame you want to put it in? She said, no, it's the size of the bottom of my parrot's cage. I mean, can you believe it? And she did look as though she had a heart of gold. Anyway, I'm the joke of the pack, which makes me such a lucky jack. And here they are. They're so appealing. OK, darlings, do your dealing. There they are. Look at them. Look. Oh. They're here. Oh, I wait for that. Oh, look at you. Look at you. You are so gorgeous. And I love you two just standing either side of me. Not a lovely way to keep out the draft. Yeah, but have you had a good week?
Oh, Bruce, it's been the most wonderful week of my life.
Oh,
I can't
really?
believe it actually happened.
You got paid? She's been paid. What about me? I'm the star.
Bruce, it's got...
Oh, the post... What?
It's got nothing to do with money.
Oh, no, I see.
It's finally happened.
Has it?
After the 24th try.
And it's finally happened. Yeah.
Sophie is so thrilled. Mind you, I did it first time.
Did you? Well, look, could we talk about this after the show? You know, deal out the cards, I think.
Bruce, I've passed my driving test.
Oh! Your driving test! Congratulations! Oh, well, that's lovely. Oh, that really is good, yes.
What did you think she meant?
Well, when you said it was her 24th go and she'd never done it before, you know, I thought it was spot the ball.
It's getting worse.
Well, yeah, but I'm sorry about that, but I mean, hold it. Give out the card. Oh, I'm having a hot flush. Deal out the cards. I'm having a hot flush. Running flush. Oh, forget it. Anyway, I do hope you're going to play the game at home. Play your cards right. As you see, Sophie's dealing out the red cards on the top and Vicky's dealing out the blue cards on the bottom. We have our cards. All we need now are our players. There we are. There we are. Welcome. How are you? How are you? Welcome and welcome. There we are. That's nice and close together. Now it is Graham and Carol.
Jolly.
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 Jolly. Jolly. Oh, jolly. Now, where does that come from, Graham?
Apparently, Bruce, it comes from the days of the court jesters. You know, they're all doing the gambols and front.
Oh, yeah, the court jester. So it's the Jolly Jester, the Jolly Jester.
Right, yeah.
And may I say, there's very few of us left. Right. Now, what do you do, Graham?
A painter and decorator.
A painter and decorator. And what do you do, Carol?
I'm a housewife and mother of 5.
Mother of 5? You've done your bit, haven't you? You really have. And where are you both from?
Acock's Green, Birmingham.
Acock's Green. What's funny about that?
Five kids.
That's why you've got 5 kids. All right, now tell me, Mr. and Mrs. Jolly, what jollies did you have on your honeymoon then?
Well, we didn't really have a honeymoon. We just
God,
took
blimey.
because we lived in Wales at the time. We just took the children to Tenby for the day.
You took the kids?
Only 4 of them then. There was only 4 then.
It's another world, isn't it? I mean, it really is.
Let's give the kids a day out.
You had to give the kids a day out, so you all had a jolly good time. Yeah. Now, you've got a little glint in your eye. Do you do practical jokes?
I do all
I
the
thought
time.
so, I thought so. Now, what have you done to him?
Well, we was going to Weston one day up
Yes.
the M5, and he was desperate to go to the toilet. So over we pause onto the hard shoulder, out he jumps. I followed him down the embankment.
Go down the embankment.
Down the embankment by this lovely big field that was full of cows, but the other side of the field they were. So while he was doing, you know,
Yeah.
What he's
While he
gotta
was
do,
doing what he
what
was,
he's
went down there
gotta
to do, yes.
I started going to these cows, moo, and they all come charging over to him, and he couldn't finish what he was doing.
I'm
'cause he was
standing there, there's 30 cows. You should have been standing there.
Yeah, I know. All over the place you
Yeah,
were
about
after
30
that.
cows running
Well,
there.
the audience have only one thing to say. Cowie!
I'll see you a lot later.
Yeah, all right. But you've had some lovely stories. Thank you very much. Sorry to keep you waiting, but weren't they entertaining? Now, you are Dorothy and Brian
Where?
Where? I see. And what do you do, Brian?
I'm a TV technician.
And what do you do, Dorothy?
I'm a company secretary and pot plant wholesalers.
I see, fine. And where are you both from?
Hillsborough, County Down.
County Down.
County
Yeah,
Down.
Lovely, good. All right, Brian, tell us about the honeymoon.
Oh, God. We booked into this hotel on our honeymoon night, and Dorothy, she was very ill on her wedding day.
Oh.
And she had a high temperature, and it was, you know, cold, hot that night. And she wanted a hot water bottle. So I had to go from the honeymoon suite down to reception and ask for a hot water bottle for the honeymoon suite.
How embarrassing.
You're right.
That is terrible. Now, what happened then? What happened after that, then?
Well, the next day we went home and we had no bed, so we hadn't. And we went to the shop to buy a bed, and the first bed was seen. We bought it, took it out, put it on the roof rack, took it home. The neighbours had a good laugh anyway at it.
Well, I should think they did. I mean, you come back, they know you're honeymooners, you come back with a bed on the roof rack of your car. They must have thought you were very kinky. I hope you didn't stop at any lay-bys. Anyway, have you any previous jobs, Dorothy?
Yes, I used to be an airline stewardess.
Oh, you're an airline stewardess? Any incidents? You must have loads of incidents happen.
Well, one flight I was on, I was doing the oxygen demonstration. And you know where they put the oxygen mask up to their
Oh, yes,
mouth and
yes.
they say, in case of rapid decompression, a mask like this will drop down. So I put the mask up over my mouth, I took it away, and somebody had put mustard round the oxygen mask. And all the passengers started laughing. I thought, this is quite serious, you know. And there was this big ring of mustard right round.
Yeah, yes, they still call you Dotty Hot Lips. They say she's mustard, that one. She's mustard. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Have you cut the cards? You ready for the game?
Yeah.
Did you see them cut the cards? Yeah. Right, now the idea of the game is this. We want you to work your way across the board by predicting whether each of these cards is higher or lower than the preceding one. The first one to turn over the last card correctly will win a game and a Brucey bonus. But you cannot win a game or a Brucey bonus until you've won a question. All of our questions are based on a poll of 100 people. You won the toss, Graham and Carol, so you'll have first go at it. But good luck to you all, and thank you so much for being here. We rely on you people. Right, Graham and Carol. We asked 100 married women in their 40s. If your husband slipped you a truth drug one night, would you still be happily married the next morning? How many married women in their 40s said yes, if their husband slipped them a truth drug one night, they would still be happily married the next morning?
In the 40s.
In their
I
40s?
don't think it'd bother them too much.
No,
No,
it's
it's
been
true.
married for that
They've
long.
been past all that.
About
Yeah.
about 37. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, that's about
Well, the
right.
way she looked, you couldn't do anything else, could you? Yeah, you've got to go home with it, yeah.
37 would be happily married.
Would still be happily
Oh, no,
married the
yeah.
next morning.
Higher than that.
No, it won't. No. No, that's about right. We'll go with that.
Go on
Yeah,
then.
all right,
37.
fine, jolly good. There's going to be such a row later on. Right, have you got thoughts on this, Dorothy and Brian?
Well, I think if they've got through to they're in their 40s without any incident, I think there's a fair chance they would stick on.
I see, that's a good point as well. Well, they say 37.
Somebody's been
Do you think
married.
it's higher or lower?
I think higher.
What do you think? Right, the actual number who would still be happily married is 78. You were right to go higher, very right to go higher. The rest say they keep topping them up. So there we are. So you have the base card here, Brian and Dorothy, which is a jack. A good card, but you can change it. You want to change it? Right, you want to change it and...
Lower.
No, you don't want to change it, right? Lower than a jack, you say a 10. Oh, that was close. That was close. Lower than a 10, you say a king. And luck indeed. Giving you a free go, Graham and Carol. Your base card is a 10. What do you think now? What do you want to do? Lower than a 10, you say a jack. Oh, well, that was a waste of time, wasn't it? Dear, oh dear, Brian and Dorothy, you to answer the next question. We asked 100 lavatory attendants. Does your boss let you take your holidays at your own convenience? How many lavatory attendants said yes, their boss did let them take their holidays at their own convenience?
I'd say be pretty high.
That one really goes round the bend.
It's coming out with them now.
About 61.
61?
Yeah, 61.
Yeah?
61.
They do agree. Now, what do you think? What do you...
They'd have to take us every time in lieu, wouldn't they?
Have their time in lieu? That's a good point there.
Slightly higher.
Slightly higher.
Slightly higher.
Slightly higher, you think? What do you think? Right, the actual number who did take their holidays at their own convenience is 75. You were right to go higher, yes. And they all went to Bognor. Right. Now, you can change the 10 if you want.
Change that card.
Change it. All right, all right. Say please, Brucey.
Please, Brucey.
Yeah, well, you're not talking to him now. Not having any of that. A 6. There we are, a 6. What do you think? Higher than a 6, you say a queen, a good card. Lower than a queen, you say a 2. Well done. Higher than a 2, you say an 8. And for the first game, lower. Oh! Wow. Do that again, do that again. Well done. You've won a Brucey bonus, which is a pair of electronic pen pads. Anyway, I hope you played your cards right at home. Don't touch the pack. You'll be right back. Second game coming up, and there is another Brucey bonus. Dorothy and Brian, if you win it, that will be yours. OK, the next game. Here we go, but it's Graham and Carol to answer the next question. We asked 100 nudists. Which would worry you more, frying sausages or getting caught in a hailstorm? We talked to everybody, yeah. How many nudists said frying sausages would worry them more than getting caught in a hailstorm?
I think the sausages, because, you know...
That'd be quite high, wouldn't it?
If there's fat splashes on you, you know... That'd be really painful.
Yes, we've got the picture, Graham. We did know by the question what it meant, didn't we? Yes.
What do you reckon? How many sausages?
No! How many sausages has the nudist got? Is that what you want to know? For goodness sake, how many nudists said frying sausages, doesn't matter how many, would worry them more than getting caught in a hailstorm?
69.
Trust you to come out with that. All right, 69, we'll settle with that. Fine. Have you got thoughts on this? Being a nudist, Brian, you know, what would you think about this? Would it scare you more to frying sausages?
Oh, it would, definitely.
It would.
Slightly higher.
What do you think?
Slightly higher.
They all think high. All right, the actual number who would be more worried about frying sausages is 51. Oh, they were wrong. They advised you wrong, and you were right to do what you did. The rest would wear a small piece of tinfoil. Right, so Graham and Carol, you're off again. So here you have a king. Another good card. Lower than a king, you say a 9. But in the middle, freeze, you're going to freeze. You were nodding off then, weren't you, Sophie? She was miles away there. See by the eyes. Right, there we are. Brian and Dorothy, your question now. We asked 100 senior citizens. Since you've retired, do your children ever treat you as if you were the child? My children have treated me like that ever since I can remember, you know.
I think the high
How many
temperature
senior
cars-
citizens said yes, since they retired, their children had treated them as if they were the child?
I've done it with my parents.
You've done with your parents?
So
So you do it. So you think it'd be fairly high?
68.
68, yeah.
68?
68.
68. We're fond of the 60s tonight. OK. Now, what about you two?
Our mum's retired, but, you know, she ain't that bad, really.
You said it was...
Yeah, all the time, we just argue.
Yeah.
Slightly lower.
Very slightly, yeah.
Right, slightly lower than 68. The actual number who have been treated as if they were the child is 15. Not slightly lower, but a lot lower. So you were very wise. Now you can change that 9, Graham and Carol. What do you think? Change the 9 for a 3. A match for a card. Higher than a 3, you say a 10. What's that doing on there? OK.
Lower.
Where that came from. Lower than a 10, you say? A 5? You're going for it? This is for the match higher than a 5, yeah? Oh, my goodness. They were in a hurry. Oh, bad luck, you two. Just a minute. You can stay right there because you've won another Brucey bonus. What about these two? Which is a weekend in Monte Carlo. I could just see those two there, can't you? with spending money. So you've done 2 Brucey bonus. Come round here. You know, we never seem to get any Irish winners on this show. Do you know, even all the years we did it before, we never seem to get Irish winners. And it's always bad luck with the cards. So here's a little gift for you to take on your way home. And we'll have a little drink upstairs. Off you go there, then. Come on. Take them. Bad luck indeed. Now, come in here, Carol, next to me, and you stay there. Right. Now, you two have earned the chance to play with our cash cards, which means you can win thousands of pounds plus this magnificent car. How about it, eh? Lovely? Really lovely. Now, before we get out the cash cards, the more pounds you get, the richer you get. And what do pounds make? Rich people! We want you to leave here rich people, all right? And this is what is going to happen. First of all, Sophie's going to deal out your lucky red cards. They were lucky for you before. We hope they're even luckier for you now. OK? And what's going to happen is I give you £200. I can ask you a question. If you get the question right, I can add 50 to the 200. If you get it wrong, we have to take 50 away. All right, then?
Yep.
So could we have a question, please? Thank you, Vicky. There we are. Is our Vicky?
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Very, very good luck, eh?
Good luck.
All right, here we go. Here's your question. Where would you find a plimsoll line? A shoe shop, a gym, on the side of a ship?
Side of the ship.
Oh, a bit louder, please. Thank you very much. The side of a ship is right. Right, OK. You now have £250. That is your cash to bet and gamble any way you like. But your minimum bet must be £50 or whatever you have to, whatever amount you have at the time, you can double up, part of, or whatever. When you get to here, we move you up to here and we give you another £200 out of the goodness of our hearts. You move along and move along when you get to here. If you have £4,000 or more, you have a chance to go for the car. Then we ask you another question. If you get that question right on the turn of this card, will determine whether you get the car or not. Is that all clear?
Yeah.
It is.
We all wish you all the luck in the world.
Thank you.
OK, so go for it, and let's have a good base card. Yes! What a good girl, Sophie. She's in a nice mood.
Yeah.
So think about it and talk about it.
Yeah.
200
Right, what do you want to
The
do?
same, so 200 lower.
200 lower than an ace? A 10. Right, you now have 450.
We'll go just a little bit this time.
Just a little bit this time.
Yeah, well, it's a stuff card, isn't it?
A dove card. A dove card, yes. So, well,
We'll
think
go,
about
no,
it.
50. 50. 50 lower.
50 lower than a 10, a 4, yes? OK, you now have 500. You're doing OK. You're on track and you're all right. So,
we go.
you know, but think about it.
400 higher.
400 higher.
400 higher than a 4, a 6. Oh, That was close. Now, we give you another 200 there, so you've got £1,100 to gamble away. Now, you have a 6 here, and you can change the card.
Change it, please.
Change the card for a 5. Not the best change, but you're still on track. Don't worry, you still are on track.
Yeah.
So,
I forgot what you got to do now.
you want my darling? You've got 1,100, so
200 higher.
you can go easy on this one, but then you'd have to double on these two if you wanted to go for the car.
Okay. 100 higher.
It depends how you want to play it.
Go on, 100 higher. We'll have 100 higher.
Just 100?
No, all right, 300 higher.
That was... Now, you make up your own mind.
All right, no, that'll give us 8.
Just
3, no 3. We'll have 3.
Go on, then.
300 higher than a 5.
300 higher than a 5, and ace!
1,300 now.
Now then, 1,300.
1,350.
Look at the both of you going, what is it?
1,350 lower.
1,350 lower than an ace. Yes! Right. Now, if you want to go for the car, your bet must be £1,300, which will make you 4,050.
Go on then.
Okay, but it's up to you. You can bet whatever you want to. It's your gamble, your bet.
We'll have that much what you said, because I can't remember.
It's a good job, that's what I'm here for, okay? It's what I said, which was £1,300. Higher than a 6. Higher than a 6. Yes! Well done. Now let's try. Aren't they wonderful? All right, here's your other question now. Okay, now just simmer yourselves down there. Just take your time, take your time. Let's all get nice and cool, okay? Because you've got to answer this question. You've got a wonderful card up there, and we wish you all the luck in the world. Right. I think you'll find this all right. Name 5 types of edible nut.
Monkey nuts, cashew nut, peanuts, salted nuts, almond, Brazil, coconut.
All right, yes. You've got 5, you've got 5. All right, now then. You've done marvellous, and this is for the car. Lower than the king, yeah! Well done, come here, my lovely. Come on up here, come up here. You get the kids in the back there, look, they'll be able to get. Oh, you never... There we are. You're all right in there, you're nice and comfy, cozy. I said you can get the kids in the back. She said, I'm going to have a few more now. Well done. Now then, it's just the checkbook, as I believe it was £4,050. And there we go. A bit of petrol money. And what a wonderful night. And you've been super content. You've been such a lot of fun. Well, you've been absolutely great as well. You really have. What about it? Come on, one more. Come here, my darling. Come down here, my darling. Come here. Where are you going? Right, now this is the end of the series, and it's been so much fun to do this show again. I can't tell you, it really is. So on behalf of Sophie and Vicky, till next time.
It's not too late.
It could still be a big night.
If you keep playing your cards right. Good night. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Play your cards right with The Sun.